Hello everyone, and welcome to a new mod pack on the channel. This mod pack is Regrowth, a hardcore questing mod pack for 1.7.10. So the story behind this mod pack is the world has died and all there is wasteland. We can't find any minerals underground and we have to survive as best we can and maybe help the world regrow. Now I've played this mod pack in the past, but probably not for at least like 8 years or something. But what I do remember is water is very good, and the fact that we've actually spawned next to an ocean is excellent. I also know that there is a modern version of this pack and that Lashmack's playing it, so if you haven't seen that, I'd go and check it out. But I wanted to play the 1.7 version. I've had this on my want to play list since I started this channel, and I thought now would be a good time to begin. Also, oh my goodness, I'm not used to being so slow again. First things first, we have to go through the quest book, and we need some deadwood planks, which we get from breaking trees. Some of the trees have charred logs in, which will give us charcoal, and the actual deadwood will give us the deadwood planks that we need. We also need flint, which we can get by breaking slate blocks like so. And that gives us 12 apples, as well as some mechanist reputation. I also need to hit some of this dead grass on the floor to hopefully get some seeds. There we go, some seeds and some floral fertilizer, among other things. We also need to start tinkers, so we need a wooden tool rod. Oh, that's weird. A wooden binding, a flint pickaxe head, a flint... Oh, we're out of flint. A flint axe head, and a flint shovel head. Should be able to combine all of these in the crafting grid. There we go, our first rudimentary tools. And we needed another axe head and shovel head to make ourselves a mattock. To make our crafting table, we combine the hatchet and some of the deadwood planks, and there we go, one crafting table. I'll actually hold that, then I'll turn it straight into a crafting station. And I think it said if you combine 9, we can get actual wood back. I don't know if this turns straight into planks. No, but we do need it for the part builder. It is quite rapidly becoming night, which is bad news for us because we really don't have anywhere safe. So I might just hide under the ground until daytime comes. While we're down here, we can make ourselves a pattern chest, a part builder, and a stencil table. Oh, and we'll also need a tool station before I forget, which is made like that. Perfect. And for the quest, we also need to make ourselves a furnace. Thanks to some helpful quest rewards, we can make ourselves a flint rapier. And I've made this because I'm pretty sure in this version, if you spam click, it does like faster damage than you can actually animate. So that's why I've gone for the rapier. Also, I think, does it... No, I thought it let you... Oh no, it kind of like flings you a little bit. I'm not quite sure. Oh, maybe it flings you backwards. Yeah, you can do like a little backwards hop. Just fun. And what happy memories. It has given us the full guard pattern, and if anyone's played 1.7.10 recently, they know that the cutlass is one of the best tinker's weapons that they had at the time, or at least that's what I thought back in the day, and you could only find this specific pattern in a villager house. And while it's night time, we can dig down, and that was quicker than I thought, we can find some dirt apparently. So yes, there's no minerals, but there is useful things like dirt, so at least we have something to do while we wait out the night. And after some digging, that's a quest for us, and we can have either limestone or marble. I'm feeling limestone today. There are actually 3 parties you can get reputation for. The mechanist, which is what we've been doing so far, the arcanist, and the geneticist, which makes me think there might be bees in this. There is a lot of chapters. I personally never finished this mod pack, so this will be lots of fun. It is now daytime, and there are lots of creepers over there where my bases. I have taken a picture of the coordinates so we don't lose it, because I will lose it otherwise, and hopefully we can get the rest of our grassy delights while the sun's still up. I have found a hay effigy, probably from Witchery, and we can turn the hay bales straight back into wheat, which we can use to make flour and smelt into bread, which is pretty amazing. Okay, and we finally got enough grass. I don't know why that disappeared. Classic 1.7 HQM things, I suppose. Yes, now we have a few seeds from carrot and potato. We can start doing some other stuff like making a bucket and getting into Botania. I'm making a little 7x7 dirt patch for us, and that should let us grow some... Oh right, we didn't need grass, whatever. It's nice to have grass, isn't it? Some mystical flowers, and hopefully we can get some white ones. That would be most ideal, but we'll see. Nope. And the final one, no. However, we should be able to take some of these and turn them into the powder and then just make some more floral fertilizer a bit more easily. I can also cook myself up a nice little clay bucket, and this is from Iguana Tinker Tweaks, which is another throwback. I think it can level your tools up though. I can't see the sort of like experience thing, so maybe you can't, and it's a different mod that did that, but there we go. One clay bucket. Does that count for the quest? Yes. Oh, and we got some more bone meal and some dirt. That's very nice. We've also been tasked with making ourselves some crop sticks, which has the same recipe as it's always basically had, which is very nice. And this is where the meat of the pack begins. We need to do some mutation. We need wheat, sugarcane, and mandrake. And we already have wheat seeds. That was a basic one. And we actually already have wheat because I have these hay bales. But we also need mandrake and sugarcane. Yeah, sugarcane, we will need to mutate normal seeds and carrot seeds, I think on sand, yep. And to get mandrake, we need to mutate belladonna and potato seeds, like so. And I don't think we can make a watering can yet. It's just called a can. Is that a thing in this pack? I am not sure. It is just becoming night, so I'll have to go hide in my hole in a second, but we have set up the crops for crossbreeding, and maybe they'll do that while we're hiding. We shall see. One of the things we can do, I think, that will help us use the apples a bit more efficiently is make a juice squeezer from magical crops, and once my glass is finished cooking up, which it just has, we can turn this into glass bottles and then combine these with the apples and we get some apple juice. And let's see what the saturation is on this, but oh, that gives us 3 thingy-mabobs rather than just 2, so it actually makes it slightly more efficient. So it appears in old Botania we can also do this trick. So, and by that trick I mean we can bury a petal, bone meal and shear it to get a tall flower and therefore more petals out of it. So we can turn everything else that we have remaining in its floral powder version and make some more floral fertilizer. This way, as long as we keep one of each, we should be good. And lucky for us, we have a patch of a patch of dirt under the ground, so we can make some more flowers while we wait for the surface to clear. Though we are nearly out of bone meal. Aha, a white one. Ooh, we just need one more, which I don't know if we'll get, which is a shame, but we'll see. No. Okay, well, we got one, so we're not doing too bad. And unlucky for us, we're out of bone meal, so the quicker we can get this next task done, the better. Oh, that would be nice. Yes, we only got one mystical white flower, which is just typical, really, when that's all you want. Or whatever. Fine. So we either need some more bone meal or some skeletons. Hello. Oh dear, this isn't good. Okay, that was actually not too bad. Good old flint rapier. You have saved me from a really weird-looking creeper. I thought, well, maybe all the creepers have changed. That one looks normal. Oh dear. Okay, I'm not too bad at fighting in this version. Aha, we got some gunpowder. Not that we need it, but there we go. And did we get any crops? We have got more potatoes, which we don't want. And, we did get our sugarcane. That's nice. Ooh, look what I found. A bone. And if we use this bone, if I can find the recipe for it. Nope. Yes, here we go. If you do it with some ash, if you have some more wood ash, which you can get from smelting saplings. Well, I think I got some from breaking these trees. We can increase our bone meal output, so I'll do some chopping while it's bright and see. Oh, there's some, it's the charcoal ones, I think, so maybe I'll focus on them. I've made some compost bins. It didn't tell me to do this in the quest. This was from some long ago memory. I think it gives us compost, which makes garden soil, which either we need because we have to grow certain things on it, which I think maybe that's the case, or it might give us bone meal. Would also be good. So I'm not quite sure. Is this mandrake? No, that's belladonna. We are not being very lucky on the seeds at the moment, so I wanted to speed it up a bit, but we'll see. We'll get there. I can't see a watering can. I thought there'd be a watering can or some sort of. I know there's a sprinkler. Aha, we did it. Mandrake seeds. So now we just need to wait for that to grow and these ones to grow, and we should have enough to get some more bone meal. And it is just compost. Does this work as bone meal? No, it's just to make garden soil then, but that's still going to be also. Yeah, before sundown, I managed to get a white mystical flower from the one bit of floral fertilizer I found while breaking thing. So now we have 2 mystical flowers of the white variety. They don't go in there. And that should be the quest. And we get some more thought of the floral fertilizer for that. And however, we can't actually do anything until the morning. Unless I sneak out right now and just quickly bone meal the crops. Could do that. Okay, we're safe. Ooh. Oop. Yes. Mandrake fruit and deep sugarcane. Oh my gosh. Oh no, I don't have any blocks on me. Well, that was silly. But look, we get some bone meal. And we've unlocked a few other things for us to do. Just ignore the menacing monster sounds, but we should be able to make ourselves our first seed analyzer, which allows us to analyze all the seeds. And for our reward, we actually get this special book. We put in a seed, like this belladonna seed. It gets red and it tells us it's 111. I've sort of made my own mob farm here now, if I don't get too close and let them hit me. I don't know how good the rotten flesh is, but I'm sure we can compost it. And hey, we might as well benefit off them trying to kill me. Oh, that's an angry one from Thorncraft. Sometimes the zombies' heads come off and they turn into little head crabs. That's quite horrific, actually. I don't like that. Oh, string. My goodness, what's this? Oh no, I don't like that. I wanted to anger an enderman. Okay, there we go, we did it. Time to hide under here. That 3 high. Mr. Enderman, where are you? Oh my god. Okay, never mind, he killed me. Now we must make a mad dash home before I get killed. I don't know if there's graves in this pack either. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Now it is day. I can collect some more sugarcane. And this will help us progress. So we only needed 3. I already got one in a chest. There's still a zombie coming after me, of course. But if we combine a piece of paper with a flower, we should get our Lexica Botania. And that is one of the main mods in this pack, Botania, if you didn't already figure that out. But apparently we can't unlock this quest until we do this one, which means we need Mutandis, which is a classic witchery thing, and that requires some wood ash, some green dye, and 2 mandrake. I don't think we have enough wood ash anymore. And the only way to get it is through sapling smelting. That's quite a shame. Let's think about this. Well, I think our only option is to go and just mine it out. Okay, it didn't actually take too long. Last time I was looking for wood ash, it took quite a while to not even get enough. So there we go, we've got our 4. And this is our Mutandis, which I think I'm going to take some more Mutandis, because if I remember correctly, you need to use this on one of the dead plants and it will give us a sapling. Yes, you can turn stuff into saplings. Fix any sapling, use Mutandis on long grass to mutate it into other plants. Repeat this until you get a sapling. Okay, wish us luck that we get a sapling that we can actually grow. So here is some tall grass. Apparently it doesn't work on that one. I thought it was just on long grass. Maybe there's a specific type of a long grass that it needs to work on. Maybe it needs to work on actual long grass. I'm being silly. That makes a lot more sense since I have bone meal and grass. Now we have real tall grass, which I can use on. So flowers. Oh, that's something. Oh, well, that's a sapling. That's a sapling. That's a sapling. Oh, and 1 dark oak sapling. Oh, I think I'll break that actually. No, I'll keep it. I know that we need it for stuff. But yes, we've got some saplings. Oh, we need 4 saplings. Okay, well, I guess we will need to do some growing. This is a very fancy Sakura tree. It's even got like logs that aren't the same, like the average wood width. The only problem with this pack is there's no fast leaf decay. It's a little painful for my 1.12 self. And now we've done that, we can get some actual wood. So we gotta go for spruce. Just gotta go for spruce. So now we can start the Botania stuff, like making the pure daisy. I've also got a title. Nature's attendant. I get a little butterfly above my head. How cute. First things first, we need a petal apothecary. With our petal apothecary, we can make our first pure daisy with our 4 mystical flowers and a seed. Lovely, I think. Okay, and we need to make some living wood and some living rock, which I'll do underground as it's again already almost nighttime. It's worth keeping. These logs are so funny, they look like little fences. I couldn't jump over them anyway. But they work with the pure daisy and that's all that matters. A little bit of time later, we have completed our quest. I think I'm going to go for living wood, because it's harder to get than the living rock. Oh, and now we can make a Horn of the Wild, which I think we just need a flower for. horn of, and oh, and it's a pasture seed, but we have one of them anyway. Oh, shift click, and there we go. One horn of the wild. 1.7 Botania is a little bit different to 1.12 Botania, and it has passively generating flora which actually ends up dying. And one of those is the day bloom, which requires 2 yellow petals, an orange and a light blue. These are terrible. We won't want many of them, if any, much more than one. So I'll just make the one for now, and we'll see how it goes. Maybe we should make... I've only got one yellow. Maybe I'll use some of this flora fertilizer and see what we can get. It is now daytime. I did die to an ender mini because I was trying to get an ender pearl, but this should give us a day bloom, and I'll make a few of them. And that is our quest. I think we'll have a nightshade as well. They're the same as the day bloom, apart from they work at night. And now we just need to make our mana spreader and wand up the forest, and probably a mana pool as well. So there's one. We'll need some petals. What do I fancy for my wand colours? Maybe a red. A red and a purple sounds good to me. I know that was a very well thought out decision there. There's our mana spreader, and with some twigs, we should be able to make a wand of the forest. And is that the best way around? Yes. There we go. Let's get this all set up. We have started to get a bit of mana in our mana pool, and that's only a dilute mana pool. Oh no, it's just a normal mana pool. I thought it was a dilute one. Well, we've got 2 mana pools now. I thought you made diluted ones first, and yeah, apparently not. I'll ignore me, but now we have a bit of mana production. Woo! I got some more day blooms from a quest as well, so that's nice. Our next goal is, well, it was to make the compost bin, but we already did that. We need to make some garden soil, and I think that is compost and dirt just together, so that should be fairly easy. How much do we need? Just the one. Well, we can do that right now. There we go. That's 4, and that should be the quest. And now we have mana, the farming can begin. If we toss... Okay, not quite. Once we have enough mana, we should be able to toss a seed in here and get essence seeds. And essence seeds, I think they're from magical crops, or we can mutate them to get things. We use them to get all the other seeds pretty much, and it gives us essence dust. And this is, oh, I forgot what the textures of this looked like when it was magical crops and not mystical agriculture. Yeah, so yeah, the essence gets bigger like this until you get extreme essence instead of like inferium and stuff. I forgot all about that. That's kind of cool now I remembered. So yes, there's a big emphasis on mystical agriculture in this pack. We also need some infestation spores to get mycelium, and to do that we need a mushroom of some description in a mana pool. I actually don't know if we have a mushroom, and we can't get one that way. I wonder how... Oh, shimmering mushrooms and glow shroom. Maybe we need to use the mundus to do it. Okay, we can now chuck that in, and we have our essence seeds, which we can grow on garden soil. We're going to need quite a lot more garden soil. I'm not quite sure what's good to compost. Rotten flesh seems fairly good. And sticks? Brains? Maybe we'll keep the brains. Oh, if I put my thing over here, it shows you what you can compost. That's interesting. For this quest, we actually get an ender pearl as a reward. However, that doesn't count because we still actually need to kill one to be able to get this quest up here, which seems fairly important. Our next seed that we need to make are nature seeds, and nature seeds are a crossbreed between sugarcane and essence seeds. These should give us nature essence, which allows us to make things like lily pads, mycelium if we actually had the mushrooms, and magical fertilizer. We also needed to make the Thorncraft saplings and mossy blocks. It's not quite as useful as it has been in other packs where you can make like all the crops and stuff out of nature seeds, but I still think it'll be pretty useful. And also it helps us level up our other seeds, our essence seeds. It's night again. I've been looking through the quests and we're very close to something of benefit. If we throw the ender pearl that we got from another task into the mana pool and get ourselves a mana pearl, we can get ourselves skeleton soul seeds, which means we'll be able to make bone meal, and wouldn't that be lovely? And we can then make a runic altar and get 2 more mana pearls back. Who can want something as good as that? So yeah, it's good to look at all the quests. Some of them have been unlocked so far. I'm not sure, I mean that's bees. I don't know if you want to get into bees just yet. But yeah, there's plenty to be getting on with. I can now throw my ender pearl into the mana pool, and we need to make a weak infusion stone. Infusion stone is 8 essence, which we actually just got around the mana pearl. Or should I make a runic altar first? No, this gives me an ender pearl, so it's fine. There we go. On weak infusion stone, and oh, we need to make some weak essence. And that is 4. So we just 4 more essence. Shouldn't be too hard to get. Still only getting essence seeds rather than the nature seeds. But we should now have enough essence to make our first weak essence. Does it convert back? It does convert back. Oh, I didn't want to convert it back. There we go. Weak essence. And where's the quest book? Here it is. Now get our skeleton soul seeds. I wonder if I can put things in a big line like you can in Project Ozone and they level up that way. Nature seeds! Woohoo! And we got the nature seed, which is even better. Oh, and 4 essence. That's nice. I've set them up like this. So we got nature on one end and skeleton on the other, and hopefully they'll just grow along and level up like that. While we're waiting for the crops to grow, we can turn this other ender pearl into a mana pearl, and we should be able to make ourselves a runic altar. And is that enough to get me the quest? It is enough to get me the quest. And we get 2 more mana pearls. Oh, we can submit some clay and some light grey flowers, and we will get a clayconia, which is very nice, but we don't have that at the moment. So we can't do that, so I guess it's back to waiting for a few other things that we need, which is mainly the stuff for this fertilizer. To actually start getting our first seeds that produce us minerals, such as copper, it's actually quite an interesting way to do it. So to actually make copper seeds, we need copper essence, which you think that's how you get copper essence. Well, actually, in this pack, if we submit some clay, some floral orange powder, and some weak essence, we will get ourselves, well, that'll give us 1 copper, so we actually need a stack of these 2. And we will get our copper seeds. Well, we'll have to make it on the runic altar, but that's quite interesting. I don't know how to dye seeds. That requires lots of dyes. That doesn't seem too difficult. And this dye essence produces us lots of different dyes. I don't think you can turn this into floral powder, which I think is essential. Don't think that's a Ordic sort of thing. So that's fine. And we've also unlocked different infusion stones. I have done it. I have killed an enderman, which means we now have this quest complete, which unlocked 2 quests elsewhere. I'm not sure where else, particularly. Oh, this one. Is it that one? Probably. I'm not sure about where else. Oh, this one? Quite possibly. Interesting. So that's that one done. We've actually sort of almost done the beginning. We need a clayconia. Therefore we need clay, and thanks to the Horn of the Wild, this hopefully should be a little bit easier than it was. We need 12 clay. I think we already have 4, and yeah, this is a much more efficient way of doing it. Let's hopefully not get lost though. We should have everything now. If I manually submit, we now have a clay conia, and to be quite honest, I don't really remember how it works. So where's my Lexica Botania? Where have I hidden it? Here. Aha. Okay, here we go. Sand into clay. Interesting. I just put sand there and we get clay. So this is a 1-to-1. I thought it would turn it into a clay block. It just turns into clay. So we're going to need a bit more sand, but there we go. Is there a recipe for... Yeah, you can turn cracked sand into actual sand with water, though it seems fairly painful. Oh, I need an alchemy catalyst. That's a little way off. I guess we'll just do it like this for now and try and get a stack. I'm so close to having a bed. I'm literally 2 string off. I'm only... all the spiders running really far away and just horrible things with bows keep coming. Hello, you. Oh my god. See, this is very tricky. After some time waiting, we should now be able to make ourselves some magical fertilizer, which is very, very nice. And should be a quest. Yep, here it is. And I would like the Mutandis. This is the hardest to get. Now all we need to do is get this infestation spore. I have come over to this ravine because there's something down there that I want. And it's a lovely little mushroom, which will allow us to get more mushrooms, and apparently this is the best way to get them. So if I can maneuver my way up this very horrible looking water, we should be able to grab it and head back. There we go, and there we go. 1 mushroom. There's actually another one over there, which I'm tempted to grab as well, so very handy. And now we have our mushroom. All I need to do is chuck it into the mana pool. And there we go. And look, all our flowers have died. So now we only have no means of producing mana, in fact, actually. And with making the infestation spore, we now have completed all we can in chapter 1 for now. We haven't unlocked any more of the quest. So, yeah, pretty good going. And I think that'll be a good place to end today's episode. So thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.